What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And as you may know, Daredevil Born Again episode 4 has just released last night at the time of recording this video. So we're going to be doing a quick recap of the episode. And fair warning, there are spoilers ahead. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Daredevil Born Again episode 4, please click off this video right now. But let's get straight into this. And I just want to talk about the show real quick in general. Daredevil Born Again has just been dropping straight heat. The past 4 weeks, I'm locked in. Every single week, I sit down and I'm locked the fuck in for this show, you know? So, props to the directors, props to Marvel, props to the cast for this show, man. But this show has been a banger so far. I'm so incredibly excited to see what happens in the future with this. But let's get to the episode here. Enough with bullshit. Let's get straight to the episode. Man, they started this episode off with trauma, man. Like, why do they have to do us like this? We see Hector's artifacts. We see the white tiger costume. We see the magical amulet getting put into an evidence bag. Like, man, Hector, no, come back to us, Hector. Please, come back to us. But, yeah, we see Matt. Matt's there, and he's talking to one of the doctors, and he's like, we don't know how he really died. It was more of an execution-style kill, and we couldn't find the bullet casing, so that's all we know. And we see Hector's niece come in, and she's crying, and she's all really sad. But in this episode, they confirm that his niece is Angela Del Toro, which, if you watch the last episode I made, I talk about Angela Del Toro and how she has a possibility of becoming the next White Tiger. So this could be big for the future of the White Tiger mantle here. But yeah, we get a really touching scene between Matt and Angela where Angela's talking about how the cops definitely did this and that she hates the city of New York. And Matt just starts kind of consoling her, you know, and he's like, we'll find out who did this. But yeah, it's such a heartbreaking scene to watch, you know. And yeah, I don't know what, man, I still miss Hector, you know. But anyways, we move on to, we see more murals across the city, you know. And like I talked about this in the last couple episodes, you know, where they had the Punisher mural and then they had a couple other murals all around the city, you know. But if you look very closely, they're all signed by Muse. And Muse makes his first appearance in this episode here. And we get this crazy aura shot, you know, of Muse taking the body of this poor soul, man, to go see, like, the heavenly gates, bro. I feel so bad for this guy. But, yeah, we get this crazy shot of Muse walking down, like, the railroad tracks. And dude, we're about to see some peak villainy here. Like, this guy is a psychopath in the comics. But anyways, we move on. We see BB Urich and the big #1 Wilson Fisk Glazer, this guy Daniel Blake. And they're partying it up at the club, you know. Bro, BB is so bad, bro. She's so bad. But anyways, we see Daniel Blake leak out information about the garbage in the city. And we'll talk more about this later on in the episode, so we'll move on. But in the same shot, we see them kind of walking out of the club, and there's murals on like the walls of the club that are painted by Muse. They're signed at the bottom by Muse. And we also see in the same scene that the cops arrest the guy who allegedly stole a couple boxes of cereal from the local convenience store. And these motherfuckers just start eating it. And this guy is kind of more important later on in this episode, so we'll talk about him a little bit more. But we get a shot of Matt, and Matt is holding that broken Daredevil horn, and he's kind of just contemplating coming back as the devil, Hell's Kitchen, you know. But yeah, we move on, and we see Kirsten, and she calls Matt, and she's like, yeah, I got a new client for you. We kind of owe him a freebie, so I got a new client for you, so go talk to him. But we move on to Big Willie and Vanessa. And these two are in couples therapy still with Heather, and we find out Vanessa cheated on Fisk with another man's. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Vanessa, bro, what are you doing? And yeah, we find out that Vanessa basically cheated on Fisk in that kind of time period in between like the Hawkeye and the Echo show, like during the time period where Fisk got shot in the face by Echo and he's kind of just like doing his own thing for a couple months. But yeah, we find out that Vanessa cheated on Fisk with this guy named Adam, who's like an artist. And she talks about him having like such like soft hands, Like, what the hell, Vanessa? I would personally crash the fuck out if my girl was talking about another man's like that, But like, oh my God, Big Willie, bro, you're something else, man. You're a strong man for not crashing out, because I would have. But we see Vanessa kind of hating Fisk for leaving her like that because it brought back bad memories of her own father and what he used to do to her mother and all that. So yeah, there's some issues in this family, man. I don't know what to say. Big Willie needs to get his act together, bro. But yeah, next up we got the BB report is back. I love the BB report. Bring it back. Every single episode I want to see the BB report. This shit is fire. And we get this dude wants to be a vigilante. Like, bro, same. I want to be that too. But yeah, remember that guy that got accused of stealing the cereal? Yeah, we're back to him. And it turns out that Matt is assigned to be his lawyer. And the first thing bro says to Matt is, they gave me the blind one? Like, oh my God. Like, he literally just says, I didn't do it. And he even goes to the fact that he asks, what if it was a squirrel? Like, bro, this guy might be one of my favorite characters in the show so far. Like, yeah, we finally got another mention of squirrels. It's probably better that we left those guys behind. Secret invasion and all that, But anyways, yeah, this dude is eating Matt up. He's like, nah, give me damn probation. I don't want no 30 days. I don't want nothing. He wants probation. He wants nothing to do in jail. And Matt's like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. Poor choice of words there, Matt. But anyways, yeah. Oh my goodness, Matt. God damn, I know what kind of man you are, bro. I know what kind of man you are, Matt. You are a player. And he works his... You are him, bro. He works his charm to cop a plea deal for this guy. And he gets that shit down to 10 days, man. He gets that shit down to 10 days. Like, this guy's insane. He might low-key be one of the best lawyers of all time, man. But I was not familiar with their game, Matt Murdock. But yeah, as Matt is walking back, we see him run into that dirty cop, Officer Powell. And bro, Powell, man, your days are numbered, little bro. If I see you lacking on these streets, bro, you're catching these hands. But yeah, Matt starts prying about how he's like, yo, I know you killed Hector, man. And Powell's like, he corners Matt and he sticks his badge into him. He's like, man, this badge was worn not just by me, but my family, my brother, my cousins. I know all of them. They're all good cops, man. I don't know what happened to Hector. And Matt realizes that he's telling the truth because he listens to the guy's heartbeat. So, who killed Hector? But anyways, yeah, Powell then goes on. He's like, you know what is a crime, though? A lawyer assaulting a cop. What if I bring a couple of my stern friends to come and meet you? And Matt is like, make sure you bring more of them this time. Matt, bro. This guy is sassy, man. This is just like comic accurate Daredevil, Like Matt, bro. So much sass, man. This guy is actually the devil. Then we get a shot of Big Willie and his goon squad, which is composed of Donald Blake, the #1 Fisk Glazer, and I don't know, the wannabe James Wesley, British guy. I don't even know your name, little bro. But yeah, they're at this shipyard and they're basically... Fisk is trying to be like, he's like, the shipyard is one of the most important parts of the city, and like he wants to rebuild it, and because he wants to push his image of being a mayor, trying to get things done. So we kind of get another shot of him kind of doing his own mayor things, And next shot we see, you remember that guy who was allegedly stealing the cereal, and we see Matt talking to him, and he basically this is a very touching scene, to be honest, where he's talking about how the system is willing to pay 5 times more to lock him up rather than what they would be willing to pay to feed him. Like, bro, pop off. He's speaking facts. Like, even Matt realized, Matt sits back, he's like, damn, let bro cook. Like, for real, Matt. But yeah, no, real shit. I mean, like, this kind of stuff happens in real life, you know. But so this is kind of like an interesting aspect they added to the show. But yeah, we see Fisk then sitting in an elementary school, and he's listening to the kids singing, "We built this city." Like that, bro. When I tell you, that shit was ass. That shit was ass. Fisk looks like he would crash out. Like those, he was about to say, "Fuck them kids, man. Fuck them kids." But yeah, we find out that, and then Donald Blake is checking his phone at the same time in the elementary school. He's like, and he sees that BB Urich posted the news about the garbage that Daniel leaked to her accidentally at the club. And he tells, I don't know what the lady's name is. It's like the lady that works, that does like all of Fisk's political stuff, you know? And she's like, don't you say a single word about this. I'll take care of this. I was here before you. I was here before Fisk. And I will be here after you guys are gone. But after that, we see the singing finally ends. Oh my goodness, my ears are burning. My ears are burning. And thank God the song ended. Even Big Willie was happy. He starts clapping. He's like, thank God that shit is over, man. And he stands up in relief. And they were like, no, we got one more song. He's like, no. I'm good. And then Fisk actually finds out about the leak that BB Urich posted. And he's pissed. Like, Fisk is pissed. He's like, I want a staff meeting right after this. But first, they got to go to the Latvian embassy because there's like some event there that they wanted the mayor at. And Fisk goes into the press room, and what do you know? They are singing, "We built this city," with a Latvian spin on it. And oh my goodness, Fisk was about to crash out. Oh my God, he wanted to kill someone right there. You could see his face. This guy was pissed. Like I don't know if he was more pissed here or if he was more pissed in that. Remember that Daredevil episode where he smashes one of the Russians' heads across like the car with the car door? I honestly don't know which he was more pissed at, you know. But yeah, we find out later that Daniel Blake reveals to Fisk that it was actually him that leaked it. And it turns out that glazing can actually get you places, man. Low-key did not know that, man. Daniel Blake, he's like, man, I don't deserve this job, man, but I love you, Mr. Fisk. I love you. I would do anything for you. I would dance on it, do tricks on it for you, man. But it worked because Big Willie didn't fire him. He actually kept him on the job. But Fisk was like, mind you, if you make this mistake one more time, it'll be the last thing you ever do. But yeah, we move on to Matt returning to the scene of the crime, of course, where Hector was shot and killed. And he's searching for more evidence. And he uses his heightened senses, and he actually finds the bullet casing that was used in the attack against Hector. And he actually finds it inside of a gutter down the hill from where the murder happened. And he sniffs the bullet casing, and he automatically just knows who he's got to go see. Like, how do you know? How do you know that? And this next scene might be a top 5 scene in all of television, man. Holy shit. We get the return of the fucking Punisher. John Bernthal's Punisher. Oh my God. I used to pray for times like this, man. And apparently Matt says that bullet had the Punisher logo on it. The bullet casing, it had the Punisher logo on it. That's how he knew. Which, how did Matt know? Like, could he hear it? I don't know. What? But like, yeah. And Frank is like, yeah, it's probably those fucking Punisher fanboys that be roaming around the streets, you know. And we get this insane scene between Matt and Frank. And Frank's been living in this like shithole for like some time now. And Matt is trying to figure out if Frank had anything to do with the killing of Hector Ayala, you know. But it basically turns into Frank pressing Matt, where he kind of brings up Foggy, and he's like, say his name. And Matt's like, it's not about him. Like, bro, Matt, it is about him. Everything that's happened in the past 4 episodes It's all because of what happened to Foggy. Say his damn name, Matt. And Frank's like, say his name, you coward. You hate yourself. It's eating you up because you didn't do one goddamn thing about it. And I mean, Frank is completely right here. Frank is the realest motherfucker I know, man. And Frank is like, you still hear him, don't ya? Just like I hear my little boy. And yeah, we see Matt start to break down. And Frank presses him on Bullseye. He's like, Bullseye's still living and breathing, but Foggy's gone. And he's like, and we see Matt go, he got life! Like in reference to what Bullseye getting life in prison for what he did to Foggy. But then we see Punisher. He goes, but did Foggy get life? Like, I mean, Frank is being so real about this, you know? Like, Matt, I feel you, man, but really, though, how is Bullseye still breathing right now? That's what I'm saying. But yeah, bro, Frank Castle, oh my goodness, John Bernthal, what a performance here. What a performance. Like, low-key, this episode alone could get pure Emmy, just pure cinema right here, this episode. This like, what, 5 to like 6 minute scene that we have here is arguably the best scene of the show so far. Oh, actually, 100% the best scene in this show so far. It is also might be a top 5 moment of all time, you know? But yeah, anyways, John Bernthal, what a scene, man. What a scene between Charlie Cox and John Bernthal, Matt and Frank. I love this duo. I hope to see more. Hopefully we see more of this duo in the future, you know? But yeah, we then see Matt telling Frank about how pure Foggy was, and like, no matter how much good they did in their lifetime, they could never amount to what Foggy was. But yeah, we then cut to Fisk and Vanessa. And Fisk is like, I'm trying, Vanessa, I'm trying to forgive. And he brings up, he hits Vanessa with the, when I was a boy. Oh my goodness. You know, I feel like it wouldn't be a Daredevil show without the, when I was a boy quote, you know? But like, yeah, he was like, basically, when he was a boy, he wasn't raised to forgive by his dad. And he's trying to learn that right now. But yeah, we then cut back to Matt. And Matt is contemplating getting back out into the streets, you know, like as Daredevil. And then we cut back to Wilson Fisk. Yeah, we cut back to Wilson Fisk, and he's walking down a staircase into some like secret room looking thing. And there's a painting of the rabbit in a snowstorm. And there's blood on it. Whose blood could it be? And then we get another shot of Matt walking to his room with like his suits and all. Like, it's kind of like the suit room, you know? Like the Daredevil HQ type room. How many masks does he have? This guy has a mask for like every day of the week, you know? But yeah, we cut back to Big Willie, and he's... What do you think Big Willie's doing in this right here? This man is always fucking eating. Big Willie, lay off the damn calories, bro. Lay off the damn calories. But yeah, we see Big Willie eating as always. And then we get another shot of Matt training with the Billy Club. Just see if he still got it, you know, I guess. And then we see Big Willie is in fact eating in front of Adam. And if you don't remember who Adam was, I talked about him earlier in the episode. Adam is the guy that Vanessa cheated on Fisk with. And he has Adam locked up. His hands are all bruised and like battered, and like Adam is just fucked up, you know. Hell no, what happened to forgiveness, Big Willie? What happened to all that forgiveness talk? But yeah, anyways, then we finish off the shot with Muse. And oh my god, Muse. He could end up being one of the best villains of this entire show here. This guy, he walks into like his like little like lair kind of, and there's bodies hanging off the ceiling. There's bodies like hanging like all around, and we see that he's still. You remember that guy that he was carrying early in the episode? We see that guy, and he puts him on like a table, and he starts bringing all his tools on him, probably to do some diabolical things to bro. But oh my goodness, I'm praying for that poor soul, man. But yeah, basically in the comics, you know, Muse is a serial killer, but he's not just any serial killer. This guy is kind of like the Joker of Daredevil's universe, you know? Like, he just kind of exists. He just wants to see the world burn, you know? But yeah, Muse basically uses his victim's blood and bones to paint murals, which all those murals across the city are probably with the victim's blood, probably most likely. But yeah, I'm pretty sure also Muse's like powers kind of in the comics so that he can't be tracked. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Daredevil will be able to fight him. Judging from the fact that Matt won't be able to track him at all in these episodes. Cause like I'm pretty sure he absorbs like all those like senses, you know. But yeah, Muse is genuinely creepy. Like he actually gives us like those like serial killer vibes, you know. So anyways, that basically concludes the episode, but holy shit. By far the best episode of the series so far. Episode 4 was a banger. This show so far has been amazing. I'm so excited to see more of Frank, hopefully more of Big Willie, even more of that big glazer Donald Blake, man. Like, I don't know. I never knew glazing could get you all these places, man. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we'll be back next week to review episode 5. I'm not sure. It might be episode 5 and 6 next week, so we might have like a double episode review, you know. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.